Working. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Let's see here. Looks like it's working. Buddy. Is it working? Oh, hold on. Okay. Interesting. Okay, perfect. Now it's working. Okay. Hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining another episode of Ask Jun the Groomer. I know it's always a little bit iffy, a little bit shaky in the beginning. Like, is it really going to work this time? But I just bought a new webcam with a built-in camera. So it has like noise reduction and helps with the lighting and everything. So hopefully everything will work a little bit better now. Che-Che, hey Che-Che, what's up? How are you? Okay, so today, you know what? At the risk of losing this feed, I want to do a couple of screen shares because I have a drawing here. But before we go into my drawing, just so everybody can see exactly what it's supposed to look like, of the canine skin. And as you can see, there's the hair. There's a flea on there just to show, like, you know, anyways, there's when you look under the skin, though, you can see the hair follicle. There's the, anyways, let me stop. Let me share a different one here. Because there's a better picture. Okay. Alrighty. That's not the right window. All right, so bear with me, guys. Here is another scan. So this one, and I just did a Google search for these pictures. I just Google searched the words canine skin anatomy and look for the images. And I think you can actually see the website right there. But anyways, you can see how many secondary hairs, this fine little hairs, and they're kind of separated from the primary hair. Or, you know, but it's still kind of one unit. It grows as a, they call it complex follicles, meaning that up to 12 hairs, like follicle. And the sebaceous gland is right there. That's the gland that produces the oils that attach to the skin, hairs, which come out to the skin, and it, you know, keeps the skin moisturized, protected. The pocket and sweat gland that, you know, has like a scent to it. That one, if I remember correctly, is only present in certain areas of the dog. But anyways, I have a clear image the skin looks like. And here is one last one I wanted to share just before I actually show you my, because my drawing is actually not that great. I'm gonna try to, you know, move it and animate it. So like kind of what exactly happens and how the oils move and cut. But you see here, this is a really kind of simple picture. I like it because it kind of simplifies everything. There's secondary hairs, and those little fine secondary hairs that surround that primary hair, those are the ones that need to be brushed out often. They get fuzzy, they get dull, they hold all the odors and the bacteria, and they're kind of like underwear pretty much. And when the underwear gets too old, rather than keep washing the dirty old underwear or the dirty old gym socks, best, especially like me, if you start to wear down holes in them, the socks, not the underwear. But anyways, sometimes it's best to just throw it away and buy new underwear. It's because they don't, you know, they don't buy and wear underwear. We brush it out for them, and then the follicles get the signal, hey, make new secondary hairs, you know, undercoat hairs. And so they'll always have that fresh new underwear to wear, that undercoat. That's how they stay clean. So hopefully people even saw that. I just now pressed the button present to everyone. Did everyone see the picture that I'm just talking about? Renee Davis. Hey, Renee, how are you? And Daffy8778. How are you, Daffy? So there's the picture up for a little bit for everyone, just so you guys can get a good mental image of it. I ruined it with my own drawing here. So hopefully you can see what's going on. Okay, so here, this is my, I don't even know what I knocked over. Okay, so this is my representation of the canine skin. So colors here. So this is the skin, the surface of the skin, 5 layers. This is the pore, right? There we go. That's the pore. This one here in green that I drew, the squiggly, that's the apocrine gland, and that has you know, apocrine juices in there. The apocrine sweat gland, I guess. Here is the sebaceous gland, and that's putting the sebaceous oils in the pores, and it kind of fills the bottom of the cup. And that's why Michelle knows when you go in and you wash this out with the shampoo and you clear all these oils out, and we don't replace it with conditioner. Oh yeah, Pamela Ritson also taught this at the ICC. So wash these oils out of the pore, the shampoo, we don't use conditioner, then this pore goes into overdrive. It goes into like a panic mode, like, you know, like an emergency mode. And so they start to overproduce, and it spills out. And this overproduces for about 2 weeks to try to refill and restore what it thinks was attacked out of here. So important to use conditioner, because when we refill the pore and we put the oils back in the bottom of these pores, the skin doesn't really react like that. It's like, okay, cool, we got some oil in there, you know, everything's cool. You may get a little flakes though, because on the surface of the skin, all that washing and everything causes the skin cells to overproduce, you know, reproduce a little bit more rapidly. So after we wash the dog and scrub the surface of the skin, about 2-3 weeks later, you might see a little bit of flakiness, and that's fine. Just get a bristle brush. Okay, so now what I wanted to get into was, and we talked about, you know, clearing out some of this dead hair out of here. And along with that, you get the dander and everything out of the pores. You create some room for the shampoo and the conditioner to go in there. We wash the dog. So I just want to do a really quick recap of what we went through last week. So I believe it's best to brush the dog before we wash them. So we clear these pores out a little bit before we actually wash them. Why I believe we should use conditioner after we use shampoo, or the oils back in the pores, back onto the skin to protect the skin, re-moisturize the pores, and, you know, it doesn't go into like this overdrive recovery mode. What I wasn't able to get to was what I learned from Michelle Knowles is that oil is everything. Oil is life. So oil protects the surface of the skin, right? The oil is coming out of the sebaceous glands. It protects the surface of the skin and keeps it moisturized, but also it attaches itself to hairs, and it uses the hairs as a way that, so the sebaceous oils use the hair as a way to travel through the dog, right? So just like our hair, so oil comes out through our pores on our hair, and then, you know, like that. Beavers all day long, you know, spread oils throughout their coat. So oil needs to move. Just like water, sitting water becomes yucky, water stays clean. So movement is life. So we want to keep these oils moving, and that's why brushing is so important. But also using the hairs as a way to move. Let's just say that we shaved it off, right? So now the primary hair is now this stubble, and then we have little stubby secondary hairs around it. And so now this is all cut off. This is all shaved, right? So now the oils being produced, coming out of here, right? They have nowhere to go, right? Because they used to move, right? The oils used to be able to move. I hope you guys can see that a little bit better. There you go. It used to be able to move because there was hair there. You use the hair to move along the body. When we cut the hair off too short, when we just shave the hair, we've taken away the mode of transportation for those oils out of the pores. So what happens? The oils are no longer able to move because they pool up in certain areas. Gravity, really, if you notice it, like right around here, along the like tuck up, the belly, these areas, you know, the armpits, you know, around here, those are the areas that you see that gets really yucky, right? And brown and sometimes black and crusty, and you know, it just gets really nasty. It's because these oils are pooling together in those areas and it's not able to move. And also on top of that, nobody's brushing to even help that situation out. And brushing, they're just shaving. So think about this. Let's get rid of this. Okay, so we got the primary hair. We got the secondary hairs, right? Let's just say that these secondary hairs, a lot of them were ready to go, right? We're ready to be brushed out. This pore is full. Not only do they not, you know, let's just say we don't brush, because I see this all the time. When I go to the self-washes and I'm brushing a dog before I wash them, and these people are already through. You know, they come in, labradoodles, it doesn't really matter. I mean, it didn't really matter the breed. These people would come in with their dogs up, you know, spray them down, lather them up, rinse them off, towel dry them, you know, and they would shake, and then they would walk them out the store damp. In and out, and I'm still working on one leg, brushing. And here's the thing, when that happens, when we don't clear out this pore before we wash, okay, the water, and I'm going to use blue, the water is trying to get in there, right? And it can't. The water really can't get in there and pour because it's just too full of all this hair and everything that's going on inside these pores, right? But the signal that gets sent up, or sent down rather, we're being attacked at the surface, right? So this already full pore starts to produce more oils, and the skin cells are now reproducing at a rapid pace. And so we cause all this to happen, right? This already full pore. More stuff is you know, being created behind it. And so now it's going to get even more full. So this pore starts to get even bigger, right? Like a pimple. And then we shave them because it's the summertime and we want to keep them cool because they get too hot in the summer. We shave them. And so now this already full pore that had all of this secondary hair that needed to be pulled out. This is all the dead coat and the live coat are now all one length. And then there's more hair being grown behind it. Sometimes there's even another primary hair, and this one's being detached, and then there's another one trying to grow in behind it. Going on, and like I mentioned last time, this is just one pore. There's another one beside it, and another one, and another one, and another one, another one. There are millions of pores. So all I'm saying is that when we understand what's going on, I recommend not shaving our dogs too close unless they absolutely need it. Okay, so like schnauzers. The schnauzer faces, not the face, the schnauzer head and ears, the poodle faces, sometimes we have to shave the dogs, to the skin because it's breed standard. But I brush all that dead hair out and I card it out. And then after I'm done, I go through with a bristle. Sometimes I actually go through and card out, like hand pluck a lot of that dead hair out and just clear out as much as I can out of the skin before I shave it. That way I'm shaving over clear pores. And I can actually illustrate it for you. So let's just say this is what's going on, right? So we start to pull out a lot of this secondary, the dead undercoat. So we start to brush out this dead undercoat. Along with it comes all this dander, a lot of this, dead sebum. We have this hair that's probably grown out a little bit since then, right? And we still have some more primary undercoat hair. These are more live. And the thing is, you can card all you want. You can card all day long. You're still going to have a little more undercoat hairs, right? So we got a little more undercoat hairs, right there. This is what's going on. We cleared this coat out. We went through, we spent the hour and a half, 2 hours, whatever it takes, and we carted out the coat. We clear the pores. And then we shave, right? And all my close shaving, like if I'm doing the sanitary area, if I'm doing the schnauzer head, if I'm doing the poodle faces or poodle feet, anything where I'm shaving close to the skin, I'm going to do it before the bath. For that is, after I've now shaved and I put this coat again, and I stimulated everything and irritated the coat, I wash. And the water can actually go through, right? And the shampoo goes in there, does its thing. And another thing, using shampoo and conditioner, give it time. So the shampoo goes in those pores, and you give it time to do what it's supposed to do. All those good ingredients mean nothing if you don't give it time to do what it's actually designed to do. So okay, and then the conditioner goes in there, and then you let the conditioner soak. You let it sit for at least 5 minutes, up to 10 minutes. And then the conditioner has now re-moisturized the skin and the oil, the pores now have oils. And then, and all the close shaving has been done before the bath. Just like if I went to go get my haircut, and which obviously I haven't done in a long time, but when I get my haircut, whenever they shave the neck or the sides of my head, all the close shaving, I get itchy. I take a shower afterwards. And that's why I do all the close shaving before the bath. And what else? Before I start taking questions and probably go off on a rant. But thank you guys for, oh yeah, I hope that made sense. Let me go through these comments that are coming in. Oh my goodness. And we'll see if anyone had questions on what I just went over. I'm a groomer of 7 years. I learned so much from you. Oh my goodness. And Che, I recognize that name. I think you're on Instagram as Che, right? Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Che. 7 years. You're only like a year ahead of me then. I mean, I got like 6 years experience. I think I'm going on 7 now, but actually that's including the bathing when I was a bather. So anyways, yes, we saw the images. Perfect. Jade, okay, I remember it's Jade Una, right? Because I remember from last time. Jade Una, welcome back. So much better connection than last live video. Okay, perfect. I think it's this webcam that I got. Amy McGowan, good evening. What about dogs like poodles that don't have undercoat? Oh, poodles do have undercoat. So today I spent 8 hours on this big giant, this white poodle, but he has more like a Bichon type of coat, but big guy, big coat, and the owner likes a big Bichon cut. But oh my goodness, I had a shopping bag full. We didn't even clip his hair today. She likes the length he is. She likes him long. So I just kind of shaped everything, outlined everything, made the nice round feet, and just shaped the chest, just kind of tightened everything up. But full of undercoat hair. So Amy, I know a lot of people say poodles don't. Oh man, poodles, and that's the thing. Even their poodle faces, rather than just shave their faces and leave all that stubble and all of that microscopic cellular debris that's building up in those pores, rather than leave it in there, I carved it all out with the Coat King, with the Greyhound comb, and I just comb it all out and I make sure a fine-tooth metal comb can get through there without bundles of dead coat, and make sure it combs all out, right? I comb it all out and then I shave, and the difference is amazing. Different. I've never really taken care of my skin ever since I was a kid, and I've never really had pimple problems, and now as an adult, I'm like now starting to kind of care about my skin and, researching about oils and everything, because I'm starting to take a new interest in grooming, in my own grooming, because I've been researching more about dog grooming. But anyways, and now I got a pimple. You're right there. My point is, some people have more resilient skin than other people. I know a lot of my friends in high school had a lot of problem with acne, and they were using all kinds of products, Proactive, all these like expensive stuff. Nothing was working. And here I am eating pizza and skipping class and everything. Like, what? I got perfect skin, like I know it's not fair, but that's the thing. It's like some dogs, well, most dogs, they're fine with it. Most poodles, if you just shave their face, keep shaving their faces, they're fine with it. But some aren't. I had one poodle client. The dog had a tumor, developed a tumor on the bottom of on her jaw, and just got so big. And it's basically like like a pimple gone crazy. It's a sebaceous cyst. One of my clients, Max, I was just there the other day. That her dog Max, the big rock-like bump that was on the side of his neck, they tried to put a needle in there to test it, like oozed out, and she said it sounded like a football game in there. Like you just hear a crowd of people going, "Oh!" And there was this big yellow block of, they called it sebaceous mass or something, and they passed it around at their vet Christmas party. Anyways, I thought that was hilarious. But a lot of these skin issues and everything are happening because we're not considering what's going on under the skin. But yeah, Amy McGowan, I hope you don't take me as like trying to be argumentative or anything, but just personal experience. The poodles I grew have a lot of dead undercoat. Juliet Underwood. Hey, Juliet Underwood. This is from Juliet Underwood. Question about clipping 4 legs of toy poodles as they struggle so much and the post clip is not smooth at all. Suggestions. When I use a wire brush to pre-bath brush, this dry dandruff like come out of the coat. Exactly. What can I do? And that dry dandruff stuff, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That powdery stuff literally like explodes out of the skin sometimes, like poof, right in my face, and I feel these like dandruff, like powdery stuff that just came out of the skin as I'm brushing, and that's why the poodles, and they're not staying still because it's hurting. So they're so uncomfortable. The skin is feeling so uncomfortable anyways, and that's why my slogan, brush more, bathe less. It's not just a cute slogan I made up. I mean, I really when we brush them more, less, we literally help them feel more comfortable in their own skin. And when they're more comfortable and their skin's not bothering them, they live happier lives. And it all just comes down to brushing more and bathing less. with your poodle, I would suggest maybe a greyhound comb and just kind of work it. And you don't want to force it through. It's not by force. It's finesse. You just gotta kind of tap at it and keep working it, you know, and kind of pick at it, and it comes out. You know, and I actually have a video of it, of how I brushed out a you know, dog's ears, I think a cockapoo's ears, on my YouTube channel, like how to brush out here. Oddly enough, that's my most watched YouTube video, and that's the video where, just on a whim, my wife was like, "Hey, how about you just do a little quick tip?" And she, like, you know, did it on her phone, and I was like, "Nobody's gonna watch this," you know. And hey, it's like the most watched video. But anyways, I kind of show how to comb out. If you just comb your dogs out, it'll help so much. Okay. Yes, oh my goodness, you'll see dander stuff coming out, and sometimes out of those little bumps you'll see like yellowy, nasty, like sebaceous stuff like ooze out of there like a pimple. If you have the stomach for it, you squeeze it anyways. I got a YouTube video of that too. Anyways, Beverly Stromberg, hi folks, my first time. Hi Beverly, how are you? Hopefully you're still watching, Beverly, and you haven't lost interest. Daniel Brown, hello, my name thing, goodbye. Well, Daniel Brown is saying, hello, my name is Daniel Brown, I guess. I love you. Charlotte Dawson, how to clean. I'm not to pay for yours. And what dog bites? Oh man, I gotta filter these before I start reading go live. Anyways, again, hi June, I have a Moodle. Okay, I'm guessing that's a Maltese Poodle cross. Moodle, who is no trouble to groom except her ears. She will not let me pluck the hairs out of her ears. She bites, becomes stressed. Is it really necessary to pluck the ears? Thanks, Lisa. It's not necessary unless it's enough hair where you can't really see in the ear canal, and it's blocking the passageway. Then you want to pluck them. And if you really can't, then maybe have a vet do it, because vets, they do charge and they pluck ears. Well, not all of them, but I know the vet that I interviewed actually here in, it's called the Buckhaven Veterinary Clinic. Anji, he was telling me that he's had to pull hair out of like poodles and doodles and you know, cocker spaniels and long hair. He was like, you know, he can't count how many times he had to pull that hair out, and he would tell them, and he said this is the only time he would ever throw a groomer under the bus, but he would tell them, your groomer did you a disservice. You know, groomers should be plucking this out of the ears. And I asked him why, and he said because you know, when the hair blocks the ear canal, the air going through the ear canal, it creates a very moist environment. And a warm, moist environment is a breeding ground for bacteria, fungus, all of that stuff. So you got the yeast. So and then I told him, you know, there's another groomer who strongly advocates never to pluck the ears, and she says that especially if it seems like it's infected and it has like yeast or bacteria in there, then the hair, the newly exposed skin is now completely exposed to the bacterial infection or the yeast infection or whatever's going on in there. And Dr. St. Anji said, yeah, I can understand where she's coming from and why she would think that, but in my opinion, ear is already compromised. Then let's create a better environment for that ear to heal itself. You know, so rather than keep all that brown, dead, you know, dull, fuzzy, nasty hair, smelly hair that's just caked full of all that bacteria and yeast and everything, rather than keep all that hair in there and, you know, and the ear is not able to breathe or, you know, do anything, let's pull it out and clean it with a good ear cleaner if necessary. And now the ear has airflow and it has a better environment to actually heal itself of the infection. So I thought that made much more sense. So that's where I go with it. So Lisa, dance again. If your Moodle, or inside the ear canals is enough to where it's like a plug of hair that's blocking the air from flowing, then if you can't find a good groomer that you trust, then at least take them to your vet and see if the vet will do it for you. That, in my opinion. Sophia Piper. I shower my Maltese. So, Maltese. Okay, Sophia Piper. So she follows it up with, "What can I do to control the bad smell? I shower my Maltese dog every 2 to 3 weeks." Okay, washing your dog every 2 to 3 weeks. Think about what's going on with this. You remember this picture here? So we're washing our dogs, and the sebaceous gland kicks into overdrive and starts to produce these oils in the apocrine gland, apocrine sweat gland that has like a scent to it, overproducing for about 2 to 3 weeks, especially if you didn't use conditioner. And also without conditioner, there's no oils to protect